Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to make Cincinnati chili. I'm going to go over the ingredients, how best to prepare it. While it's cooking, I'm going to give you a little background on the dish itself, where it came from, and then talk about different ways to serve it. Once it's all cooked, I'll show you what you can do. Okay, first we're going to start off with 1 onion. I have a pan going with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'm going to put in the onion all nice and diced up, and 2 garlic cloves minced. We're going to get those going, and we're going to cook those until they're soft. Okay, let's take a look at our ingredients. We have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of sweet paprika, and 1½ teaspoons of ground cumin. Over here, bay leaves, 2 of those. This is ground cloves, quarter of a teaspoon. Here is 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Here is 1 teaspoon of coriander, 1 teaspoon of red pepper, and 1 teaspoon of ground allspice. And in the middle here, which may be a surprise to some people, is 60% unsweetened chocolate. We'll also be putting in 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, and if needed, 1 can of tomato paste. Okay, the onions are about done. What I'm going to do now is get the beef going. So over here I have 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. I've got a 6½ quart pot, and I'm going to put my 1.5 pounds of beef right in here. Is because we're just going to get right in here, and we are going to pulverize the meat. And this works perfectly for this dish. You get a fine, uniform size of beef. You don't have chunks here and little pieces there. They're all the same, which makes it really nice if you want to serve this on, say, a hot dog, which I highly recommend. We'll talk about that later. So we're just going to keep doing this, and we do it in cold water so we can put our hand in here. So, as you can see, the beef is fully cooked through. And now, the easy part. We just add everything else. 1 can of diced tomatoes. 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. And then all those dry ingredients I showed you earlier, right in the pot. Now, we stir it up. And that is it. Get this all mixed in here. And we're just going to let it go for 3 hours. Now I'm going to give you a little history about Cincinnati chili. Cincinnati chili got its start in 1922. 2 Macedonian immigrants were looking for a way to bring more customers into their shop. So they developed this chili based on Mediterranean spices, and they began serving it on hot dogs, and it was a big hit. Turns out they also owned the burlesque theater next door, which was called the Empress Theater. It's still there today. And they named the chili after that, Empress Chili, and it is still run by the same family. Cincinnati chili is very diverse. You can put it on hot dogs, French fries, a hamburger, but what it's known for is sitting on top of a plate of pasta, smothered with cheddar cheese, onions, and if you're a diehard, kidney beans and oyster crackers. If you're interested in trying it without making it, you can go to the Chili Parlor, aptly named, at 5640 South Tacoma Way, and they'll gladly serve you up 3, 4, or 5 way. So let's go see what happened. So that's Cincinnati chili in a nutshell. So before I dig into this delicious, semi-nutritious meal, let's just go over what we talked about. I went over the ingredients, which I'll include a list at the end of this video, a brief history of where and how Cincinnati chili started, and some different ways you can serve it. So I hope this video has inspired you somewhat to maybe go out and give it a try or try to make this recipe on your own. It may not be quick, but it is easy. So, bon appetit.